This is Avijit Mukherjee. Today we are going to study class 6 science. We are going to continue the chapter 14, electricity and circuits. If you have been remembering, we have already learned in this chapter what is called electric current, the sources of electric current, the flow of electric current, and today we are going to learn in detail something about electric switch, electric torch, what are conductors and insulators, and the electrical safety part of it. Electric switch. As you can see in figure 14.7, these are electrical switch which we use in our houses. This is a device that is used to open or close an electric circuit. When we open an electric circuit, means the switch is in the off position, the flow of the current in the circuit stops and there is no current flowing, so the bulb or something is not going to work. But in figure 14.8b, we will find the circuit is closed, the switch is on, and the circuit is complete, so the electrical bulb is going to glow. In common terms, in electrical circuit terms, the switch is not referred as switch, it is referred as key. Now let us understand the symbols. When this is the symbol on the top, dot, and the lines are joining the dots, it is called the on position of the closed position of the switch, that current is going to flow. And when these are the two dots, when the line is not joining them, it is the off position of the switch, or it's the incomplete circuit, so there is no current is going to flow. Let us do an activity to understand what is the function of an electrical switch under an adult supervision. We will attach three pieces of wire are going to be attached to the drawing pin. Push the drawing pin through the end of the loop of the safety pin into the cardboard. We will attach the second piece of the wire to the second drawing pin and push the drawing pin into the cardboard about 1 centimeter away from the drawing pin so that these pin can touch each other, two ends. We will make sure that the safety pin is held in place by one drawing pin and can be turned to touch the other pin, and the switch is ready. This is our switch we have made. If you want to test if the switch is working or not, let us connect the free end on one of the wires to the one terminal of the pencil cell and connect the third wire to the other terminal of the cell or the bulb. And when you connect the free end of the wires to the switch and the other end to the bulb, we will see that the safety pin is turned on. It works as a switch, the circuit is complete, it touches both the drawing pins. Here it is not touching, it is touching both the drawing pins. Then we observe the bulb starts glowing. So there was no bulb start glowing, the switch was on the off position, not complete, not joining. The switch is on the on position, the bulb is joined and it touches, and therefore it is switching on. The circuit is on, the current flows, the bulb glows. I hope you have understood how to make an electric switch. Now we are going to learn about electric torch. This is a schematic diagram of an electric torch as in figure 14.9. As you can see, the torch has one or more dry cells inside it which acts as a source. And the cells are connected through a switch to a small bulb, and the switch is pushed on. Then the circuit is complete and the bulb will glow. But when the switch is pushed off, the circuit is incomplete or broken, and the current cannot flow the circuit and the light will go off. This entire thing in a plastic casing, a reflector will be there in front so that the light can be channelized to a particular area so that we can use the torch for. In conductors and insulators, let us look at the figure 14.10. We will find there are certain materials which allows the current to pass through them, and there the bulb glows. In other cases, the bulb is not glowing. As you can see in A and C, the bulb is not glowing. In the B and D, the bulb is glowing. In the B, it is a metal key, and in the D, it is a metal safety pin. Whereas in A, it is a... So you can well understand those materials which allow electric current to pass through it is called conductor of electricity. Just like the safety pin and the key, and they are made of metals. They are called conductors. And those who do not allow the electric current to pass through them, they are called insulators of electricity. And the examples are rubber band, plastic ruler. All metals basically are conductors of electricity. Some are very good conductors, some are less good conductors. Exceptional case, that's a graphite, which is present in a pencil lead. And it is a non-metal, but is also a good conductor of electricity. Examples of insulators are glass, dry wood, rubber, pure water, distilled water, and dry air. But in the substance like the pure water and dry air, if there is the smallest amount of it, like salts dissolved in it, then they will start becoming conductors. What is the importance of conductors and insulators in our life? Good conductors like aluminium, and the best conductor is silver. allow the electric current to pass through them easily, and therefore they are used in making electrical wires and connectors and different items. The handles of screwdrivers and testers, which are used by electricians to test the circuit or the switches, are made of insulating materials like wood or hard plastic so that they do not get the shock. Still, they can see if these devices are working and they are live wires or not. Electrical plugs, in fact, are devices which are most useful appliances in our household and made of plastic body, insulating body on the outer side so that we do not get exposed to the wires inside. And inside there are pins of the plug which are made of metal, copper or something, and these can be helpful in making the circuit. But people who are operating in electrical equipment should always remember to wear nylon, rubber gloves and shoes so that it will prevent them from getting any accidental electrical shocks. Conductors and insulators of different sets of materials under adult supervision. We're going to take about 3 pieces of wires, 8 to 10 inches long, and we will take a small torch bulb, a thick sheet of cardboard and wood, and some sticky tape, pencil shell, objects like some test materials like metal spoon, eraser, piece of rubber or wood or something like that. Let us fix the bulb and the shell on the cardboard sheet and touch the 2 free ends of the metal spoon once, then again with the eraser and then with the wood or the tips of the pen or the tips of the pencil lead, and we are going to check if the bulb glows or not. And we'll find out, in the case of the conductors the bulb will obviously glow, and in the case of the insulator bulb will not glow, to help the conclusion that these various materials we are testing, some are conductors, some are insulators. Let's remember part of page 189, that is writing true and false. Number 1, that is a dry cell does not contain chemicals. This is false. Number 2, electrical circuit is not complete without a source of electricity. True. Number 3, primary cells can be recharged. False. Number 4, 2 or more cells put together is called a secondary cell. False. Number 5, a rubber band is a good conductor of electricity. False. Cross the odd one out. Number 1, electrical fan, washing machine, wires, light bulb. Wire is the odd one out because it is a connecting thing. The other devices, electrical devices. Number 2, dry cell, car batteries, electrical power points, ceiling fan. So here the ceiling fan is the odd one out because rest of them are the sources of current. Number 3, wood, silver, rubber, plastic. Yes, silver is the odd one out because they are a conductor. The rest of them are insulators. We are going to study the most important part of this chapter, which is electrical safety, and this is going to come in exam. All electrical connections and electrical devices are very, very necessary that we should be very careful in handling them because they can be very fatal, means life-threatening. So the guidelines are: 1, never play with the electrical wires and sockets. Number 2, do not carry those electrical generators for even experiments, which are portable ones. Number 3, hands should always be dry when we touch electrical appliances like plugs, sockets, etc. when the current flows. Number 4, when removing or putting in the plugs in the sockets, we should be careful that we should not touch the metal ends of the plug or the metal parts of it, even if the switch is off. Number 5, charging the devices like mobile phones and laptops, we should not leave the switches off when you are not using them. And we should not keep the plugs also in the sockets because the other ends can be dangerous and can give shock. And number 6, when there are small children in the house, it is advisable that all the reaching points of theirs should be plugged or taped so that they cannot put their fingers inside or put anything inside them. Number 7, electrical devices like laptops and mobile phones should not be connected, and using earphones while the charging is going on, very, very dangerous. Do not do it ever. We are going to solve the exercise questions. We have already done the part A and part B, and part 2 very short answer type. Then part B, explain the following times you can do it. Now short answer type question of page 193. Tell the number 4, device that is used to make or break an electrical circuit. This is a key or the electrical switch. Number 5, what name is given to cells that cannot be recharged? This is primary cells. Long answer type questions. Part 4, how does an electrical torch work? We have already done this. This is present in page 188, and you can do the necessary drawing and other things, explanation from this page. Now, number 5, one class of the materials allow the flow of electric current and some do not. What are these different classes of materials called? This is page 188. These are called conductors and insulators. Accordingly, you do it. Let's recall part of page 193. This part we have already done. That's the types of the materials. Conductors. Under conductors, you can write silver. You can write some graphite, something like that. And under insulators, you can write rubber. You can write plastic. Here, in this case, let's observe. We will write this battery. A is for the television remote. The battery B, car battery, is for car. And number C, the switch and the plug keyboard source can be for the mixer grinder and also mobile phone. Number D is the button battery, which can be for the handheld calculator, for the wristwatch. Number E is the mobile phone battery, the secondary battery for mobile phone. And number F could be for the mixer grinder. Now page number 194, we will see the identification of the electrical cell, switch, circuit, electrical bulb, and the direction of the electric current. Now this is the cell, this is the switch, and this is the bulb, and these are the wires, connecting wires, 3 pieces. Now the direction of the current will be from the positive end. This is the positive end, and this is the negative end. So direction of current will be from this direction. It will go in the anti-clockwise direction. That's all. Thank you very much. This chapter is over. We've discussed all the questions.